Okay, Ian, I want you to create your 5 coins like Tika. So after the bull run, some people can see how good Token Metrics is. Well, I mean, we have covered this already. I mean, if you just go to tokenmetrics.com, we have our top coins for the bull run long term. So I mean, this isn't really anything new. So if you go to Token Metrics, for example, right? So since it's the BTC halving, we'll go here to Value Investor. So these are currently our top coins as of today. So top coins are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Maker, Blockstack. Then we can add maybe 5 more. We'll add Mattock Network, Cosmos. We're very bullish on Helium. Be careful though, the TA on here is not right because CoinMarketCap has a duplicate Helium. They don't have the correct Helium data yet, but this will update it once they pull that in. Then we have Binance and Eternity. So in a way, you could call this 10 coins to 10 million. The kind of pun intended on Tika Tiwari is 5 coins to 5 million. So these are 10 coins to 10 million. So if we had to build a portfolio of 10 cryptocurrencies as a value investor with a time frame of 12 months or longer, these are the cryptocurrencies we would have in our portfolio. So once again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Maker, Blockstack, Mattock Network, Cosmos, Helium, Binance, and Eternity. Okay, now let's kind of delve deeper into this and really kind of show why we're bullish on all these. Right? So let's pull up one by one. So first up, Bitcoin. I mean, if you're in crypto, you have to have Bitcoin in your portfolio. Obviously, not financial advice. We're not telling you to go out there and buy, do your own research. However, I mean, Bitcoin is a staple for any crypto investment portfolio long term. Whether you think Bitcoin has peaked or the gains are not there versus altcoins, it's still, in our opinion, should be part of any crypto portfolio. All right, and then same thing with Ethereum. You should have Ethereum in your own portfolio. Ethereum gives you access to smart contracts. It also gives you access to DeFi. If we go to DeFiPost.com, you can see here, we've had almost $1 billion locked up in the DeFi, in decentralized finance. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are, in our opinion, vital for any crypto investor to have in their portfolio. Then, moving on, we have Dash, right? So let's pull up Dash here. Sorry, let me just pull up Dash Crypto. So Dash.org. For those who don't know, Dash is it's digital cash, right? It lets you use cryptocurrency very fast. It comes from an earlier fork of Bitcoin, but it's faster, right? Faster transaction speed. It's meant to be used online for payments and transactions, and it also has privacy involved, right? So it's also partly a privacy coin. So we think having this in your portfolio, based on our research, at least as of today, this is May 10th, before the Bitcoin halving, definitely does make sense. Dash has also been performed relatively well this year already, right? So if we pull up Dash here and go to its performance year to date, so I'm going to pull up the performance metrics. It may have dropped, but Dash early in the year performed pretty well. Okay, yeah, so year to date, Dash is up 70%. If you can see that, 70% versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 18%. So our portfolio has been recommending Dash since the beginning of the year. It was actually our pick for January. So for anybody out there who's used Token Metrics, you've already made money. I mean, so congratulations to that, right? And if we go back to Ethereum and compare that, for anybody who's been holding Ethereum since beginning of the year versus Bitcoin, you've already made 42% on your money. So 42% versus 18%. So, I mean, those are 2 wins right there. Then we also have Maker. For anybody who wants a hedge and DeFi, for those who don't know, Maker is one of the cryptocurrencies, part of the Maker DAO. Maker and DAI go together. So you use Maker for the DAO and governance, and then you use DAI for a stablecoin. But when you go to DeFi, MakerDAO is the main platform being used. All right, over half of the money being locked up in DeFi is with Maker. Right now, over 800 million is locked up in DeFi. Over 400 million of that is in Maker, right? So this is something we believe anybody should have in their portfolio. And then just to show you how powerful and how bullish we are on DeFi, let me pull up this chart, right? If you just Google DeFi Lego, we get this. Yeah, here's the image I'm looking for, right? Just kind of show you. This gives you exposure to DeFi. So think of this as the DeFi Lego stack. So we have Ethereum, which is a smart contract platform. Then you have Maker as the DApp, the decentralized application being built on top of it. Then you have everything else being built on top of that, right? So our portfolio for 10 coins to 10 million is basically giving you exposure to Ethereum. It's giving you exposure to Maker DAO, right? So it's already off on a win with that. Now let's look at the performance metrics for Maker. So Maker hasn't performed well this year because of the flash crash. So for anybody who got in early, you lost 25%. However, if you use Token Metrics, when the price of Maker today is what? $328. So during the flash crash, when Maker DAO dropped below $800, our models told anybody who's a customer, they were very bullish on Maker. So for anybody who's on Token Metrics and you pulled the trigger, you made money. You actually got into Maker below $200, and now it's over $300. So as we like to say,
take my money. Shut up and take my money.
Right, so you're already in the green, right? So you're already making money on that if you have Token Metrics. If you haven't yet already, we highly recommend you go to tokenmetrics.com to sign up and become a smarter investor. We have a 14-day free trial. Okay, so the fifth coin in our portfolio for 10 coins to 10 million, Blockstack. The first Reg A approved, but I would say Reg A qualified token by the SEC. So this is really one of our small altcoin plays. Okay, this is still very early, still very experimental. Year to date, it's down 3%, but definitely we think, in our opinion, worth having in a investment portfolio, right? So if I pull this up here, Blockstack.org is their site. Blockstack is really trying to become like the next Ethereum. So they're secured by Bitcoin. They use Bitcoin's proof of work to secure their own blockchain, and definitely one worth keeping an eye on. I mean, it has very low market cap. So if anybody who wants a low cap coin that is actually building something and has a very low probability of scamming you, this is probably, in our opinion, the best one out there, right? It has gone through the highest vetting. It's backed by well-known investment companies, right? Silicon Valley, Angel, I believe, Union Square Ventures, and some others. Go to Token Metrics to view the full detail on that. The market cap is very low. So for anybody who wants a safe, obviously nothing is fully safe, but the market cap is about 37 million. So if this does what it can possibly do, if it achieves its potential, this can really do 100x. This can be a $3 billion market cap coin, right? Obviously, not financial advice. Don't go out there and just blindly invest. However, we think having exposure to that in a portfolio does make sense, right? Because look at this. If you look at its current market cap versus the Token Metrics rank, this is a good arbitrage. We think this is a top 5 coin, but its market cap is outside the top 100. So your bang for buck, if this takes off, is very high. Then up next, we have Mattock Network. This is a project we discovered all the way back in India in 2018. So this was a project we were very early on. They won our Crypto World Tour event. Coinbase Ventures invested in them. So most people think it's going to get onto Coinbase. It's already on Binance. Year to date, it hasn't really performed too well, only 7%, but they will be launching staking. And for anybody out there who also wants a low cap coin, this, in our opinion, is definitely one worth also putting in your portfolio, right? For those who don't know what they're doing, let me pull it up here. So they're helping Ethereum dApps scale, right? So kind of like what Luma is doing. Luma is, in a way, is now pivoting to a different model, but this is a good hedge to have something that can help dApps scale. Obviously, with Ethereum 2.0, this might not be needed anymore. Who knows, right? But however, this is still one, in our opinion, worth having in your portfolio as a hedge to help with Ethereum scaling. Moving on, we have Cosmos. Cosmos has not had a great year so far. Obviously, there was a scandal where one of the founders left the project. However, in our opinion, for anybody who wants exposure to a blockchain that gives you, let me pull this up here, that gives you exposure to a blockchain that's interoperable, Cosmos, in our opinion, is the best blockchain out there for that. I mean, just to show you how widely, this is the most widely adopted interoperable blockchain at the moment. Binance uses this. When Cosmos launched, all the major exchanges listed this project immediately. Binance, OKX, Huobi, all of them. I mean, so the technology is solid. It's just an issue now with really the governance and the founding team. However, we do think having this in a portfolio does make sense. You can check this out by going to cosmos.network. And I mean, this is the most widely used Internet of Blockchains. So it connects other blockchains to each other, right? And Tendermint, lots of projects are using Tendermint underneath. Now, I know Enigma, which is a Ethereum infrastructure protocol, they pivoted to Cosmos as well. So definitely worth keeping an eye on that and worth having exposure to that. Then Helium. Helium, now ignore the market cap here because CoinMarketCap is pulling in the wrong information. But Helium.com is a product I have been bullish on. This is not even trading anywhere yet. So if you want something pre-market, if you want exposure to that, actually, sorry, it is trading now. Recently, it was listed on Biloxi, I believe. This is building a decentralized internet hotspot for IoT devices. So you buy this device. I do have this device. I have been mining this for a while. It's just plug and play. It's kind of like a router. You plug it in, you download a mobile application, and it mines. It takes your internet connection and it shares that on their network, and it builds a decentralized internet that other IoT devices can use. Right now, it's only available in the US, but they will be launching internationally, I believe, soon. Right? They're in over 745 cities across the US. So I think definitely worth keeping an eye on this one and having exposure to this. This is really the only project I've been using, right? Investors include Coastal Ventures, Google Ventures, USV, Multicoin Capital, Silicon Valley Angel, a project we're personally very, very bullish on. So having exposure to that and as part of this 10 coin to 10 million, we think is definitely something somebody should do. And then number 9, Binance BNB. We all know Binance is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange out there. It's been performing very, very well. This isn't really a shocker to anybody. It gives you exposure to an exchange. Then lastly, this one, pretty surprising to some people, Eternity. So this is a project that our development team really, really likes. So let me pull it up here real quick. Now, honestly, I'm no expert in this project. I just know our team likes it a lot. Because looking here at this, if we look at this here, fundamentals are decent and they like the technology a lot. Okay, so our developer really likes the technology. He thinks it's good. This is a blockchain for scalable, secure, and decentralized apps. So it's really just a hedge to a different blockchain system. Feel free to go to their website, eternity.com. Check out what they're doing. Go to tokenmetrics.com and view the report on this. But as you can see here, I mean, we definitely, our development team is definitely very bullish. They're competing with Dash, Stellar, EOS, and Tron. This one is meant to be a lot faster. But yeah, so to kind of sum up, that wraps up our 10 coins to 10 million. Let me know what you think, just to kind of give a recap. Once again, top 10 coins to 10 million, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Maker, Blockstack, Mattock Network, Cosmos, Helium, Binance, and Eternity. Now, I was saying all of these cryptocurrencies will get you to $10 million. Obviously not, right? But I think that if you have this perspective, right? Let's kind of add this as a caveat. 10 coins to 10 million in 10 years. Yes, I said 10 years. You have to have a long-term mindset. This is not in 10 days, 10 months. Right now we're in 2020. We think by the year 2030, if you have this portfolio, and let's say you put in, I don't know, 10,000, whatever, but we think these 10 coins can blow up. These 10 coins can...
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
They can take it to the moon and beyond. Obviously, this is just purely our opinion and our research, not financial advice. Every cryptocurrency investing, any form of crypto investing involves risk, right? We're all adults here. If you take any L's, you got to own those L's. But I mean, versus other lists we've seen out there, right? Obviously, we won't name names of other people, but we think this is probably the most not secure or safe, but we think this is a better list than any list we've seen out there, right? And we have the track record to back that up, right? We've had numerous 100x investments, Wabi, Icon, Dragon Chain did 80x. Obviously, those haven't fared well after that, but Icon is still doing well, and some of the other projects. We were early in Chainlink. I was a private sale investor in Chainlink. Chainlink is now top 20. So actually, speaking of that, if we go to, let me pull up CoinMarketCap. So if we go to CoinMarketCap and look at just purely what they have here, right? So if anybody out there on CoinMarketCap, if you go here, what projects have we had exposure to here? So let's see here. So obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, we got into crypto late 2016, began really investing heavily in 2017. So we invested in EOS, in Tezos, in Chainlink. Wanted to invest in Tron, but missed that one because it sold out too fast, right? But I mean, we've basically invested in 3 relatively new tokens that entered the top 20, right? So we're very bullish that we'll find the next ones that could possibly enter the top 20. Because think about this for a second. The World Economic Forum has gone on record in their reports saying that they expect 10% of the world's GDP by 2027 being in crypto. So if we take the current GDP and we estimate where that's going to be, so that means in 7 years, crypto is going to be around $8 to $9 trillion industry. And as mentioned before, if we take the Royal Bank of Canada and their estimates, they expect crypto to reach a $9 trillion market cap. So we can say, just to round up, $10 trillion is the expected market cap for all of crypto 10 years from now, let's say, right? So by the year 2030. And if we take that into account, the current market cap for crypto today, as we speak, is 239 billion. So just to kind of put that in perspective, all right? So if we get 10 trillion and we divide that by 239 billion, that means the cryptocurrency market cap today can do over 40x return. So there is still room for growth in crypto. So over 40x return, according to the Royal Bank of Canada and the World Economic Forum. People who aren't really the crypto shills per se, right? These are regular traditional financial institutions, and they think crypto can get this big. So if we're here getting in these projects early, then we strongly believe that these 10 coins, in our opinion, obviously this could change, but as of today, looking at our analysis and research, as of today, May 10th, 2020, so if we come back here in 2030, we think these coins can make you 10 milli. Now, obviously, it depends on how much you invest, but if you factor that in, I mean, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Now, with that being said, I don't want to hear from anybody who comes back at the end of the year and says they haven't made 10 million, because you missed the entire message. This is about long-term value investing. So just because the coin goes down 1 or 2 years does not mean it can't bounce back after 10 years, right? So this is purely for a long-term investment perspective, long-term time horizon. This is not for a quick flip. This is not for anybody who's not done your research. I would say as a requirement for anybody out there who's holding anything, you should read the white paper of any cryptocurrency you're investing in. Because if you don't have an idea what you're investing in, when it goes down, you'll panic sell and you get wrecked. And as we like to say, if you take any L's, please do not mention our name, right? So do your own research, read the white paper, right? So that when you go in with confidence and you have the balls of steel to hold through during those rocky roads, right? Those rocky moments. And that's something everybody should do. But let us know what you think. Is this list better than any list you've seen out there? Is it legit? Or are we completely off point? Have we missed the mark? Let us know down in the comments below.